For decades in Nigeria, election day was about crowds at polling units, citizens lining up to cast their ballots. But what happened after that quiet moment at the ballot box would often define the fate of the entire country. Long before the glow of screens and mobile data, results were tallied the old-fashioned way, paper by paper, hand by hand, and carried from one level to the next. The polling unit officials counted the votes, wrote them on physical result sheets, and then those sheets were brought, often by a car or motorbike, to the ward collation centers, then to the local government centers, and upward to the state and national collation hubs. At each stop, human eyes and hands handled the numbers. That made the system, however earnest the officials, vulnerable to manipulation between one desk and the next. As we moved into the mid-2010s and beyond, the Independent National Electoral Commission, the INEC, introduced new technologies to shore up credibility. The first was the smart card reader, designed to verify voters' identities and prevent impersonation. After 2015, a more advanced tool, the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System or BVAS, became a central feature in major elections. BVAS devices scanned permanent voter cards and helped ensure that only accredited voters got counted. By 2025, INEC reported that for many elections using BVAS, more than 99% of polling unit results were uploaded from the field to the INEC result viewing portal the same day, a big step forward from the days of paper alone. But there is an important distinction. Uploading photos of result sheets to a public portal doesn't mean the system electronically collates or finalizes the results. Officially, the collation that determines winners, aggregation from ward to local government to state to national level, remains a largely manual exercise, even if you can see polling unit numbers online. That has been a sticking point for reformers who say true electronic transmission must be mandatory to close the doors on post-poll manipulation. Security concerns have been a constant companion in Nigerian democracy. In past cycles, theft of ballot boxes, intimidation of officials, and tampering with result sheets were all too common narratives, stories that eroded trust and fueled disputes long after election day. Introducing BVAS and result uploading helped reduce voter fraud like impersonation and multiple voting. But the journey hasn't been smooth. Technical challenges like patchy network coverage and legal debates about whether electronic uploads count as official evidence in tribunals mean security, both digital and constitutional, is still evolving. So does live transmission guarantee a safe and fair process? Well, not on its own. No technology, however smart, can fix what's fundamentally a human challenge. Live uploads make the numbers visible faster and reduce opportunities for midnight tinkering in back rooms. But unless the law clearly makes those uploads the official and binding result, and unless every corner of the country has reliable infrastructure and trusted observers, there's still room for doubt. That's why debates over making real-time result transmission mandatory have dominated reforms heading into the 2027 election cycle. Because transparency without legal and logistical backing only goes so far. In the end, the will of the people is not just cast on paper or stored in servers. It is honored when counting and collation are both visible and respected, and when trust isn't just hoped for but built into every part of the process. Nigeria's electoral evolution continues, a blend of old challenges and new tools, all aimed at making each vote truly count.